Tonight's event, Party for PYD, is dedicated in memory of two PYD legends that we lost in the spring of 2020, Megan Reswold-Gabbard and Sarah McIsaac. We honor you tonight and are grateful to have been blessed and impacted by your presence throughout your time with us. When we first started recognizing legends in 2004, it was to recognize special members of our community and to highlight their contributions. Like other legends, honorees before you, you will be remembered and celebrated for your profound effect on PYD's community and the disability community at large. With that in mind, let us begin tonight's show. Welcome! We're so glad you could join us. While we missed the opportunity to be together in person at P4PYD this year, we're excited that we can join together virtually and gather as a community to honor our awardees, to enjoy the youth performances, and to applaud PYD's programs and the participants' success. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Regina Snowden, the Executive Director of Partners for Youth with Disabilities. I'd like to speak to you right now at this time on the health crisis of our era and how PYD has been impacted. We all are impacted. PYD has a certain dimension into how the health crisis has impacted us and our delivery to the youth programming. We have taken all of our programmings and put them online virtually, our mentor match, our career training, our access to theater, all online, e-mentoring, and we've been thrilled at how well it's going, how much the participants are enjoying gathering virtually. The participants of PYD are particularly vulnerable, a number of them with health issues, and they will be among the last to get the opportunity to phase in to the community again. They need our virtual programming. They were often isolated pre-COVID and pre-PYD and youth serving programs, not being able as much to interact until programs for youth with disabilities have been implemented for them. So for them to lose this is particularly destructive for their own social gains and growth and empowerment. So we're thrilled that PYD can indeed be virtual at this time. I also want to speak about the other matter affecting our times. PYD and the disability community stands with the Black community and the Black disabled community in the fight against the insidious power of racism. The largest percentage of PYD youth participants are Black or African American, and just like all of our youth, they are entitled to live in a world where they are treated with full dignity. Racism causes emotional harm, interrupts learning, interrupts community building, and interferes with a child's positive development. We at PYD believe it takes a village and will continue to welcome everyone to contribute and be empowered by the impact a supportive community can make. I'd like to introduce to you now the planning chair of P4PYD and PYD board member, Jay Krish. Jay Krish has been with PYD for a number of years now, mentoring youth, speaking at our career readiness and mentor training programs. He has been a tremendous board committee member, always ready to volunteer and support in any endeavor that PYD does. Jay is the Vice President of Cloud Transformation and Business Resiliency at State Street Corporation. Jay, thank you.
Thank you, Regina. I'm so happy to join you as your co-host. We might not be connected in person, but we are connected in spirit as we celebrate PYD and our community. Co-hosting means I've got big shoes to fill, literally and figuratively. Neil Leonard, my fellow board member, had preceded me as a co-host in the years past. Neil, I would like to acknowledge you for your mentorship, your leadership, and dedication to PYD. You rock. This evening is one-of-a-kind event. You will be entertained and inspired. We will be honoring our legends, the three-generational mentor match of George Donahue, Gregory Walsh, and Austin Lamb, TJX Companies. This year, for the first time ever, our inaugural Innovation Honoree is the Job Lab at Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital. Tonight, we're also excited to hear from our special guests, youth and parents who will share their personal stories. We'll hear updates from our dedicated program directors, and you'll be treated to some wonderful youth performances. Last but not the least, I'm privileged to welcome back for the third year in a row, the one and only, drumroll, Kennedy LC, co-host of the Mix 104.1 Carson and Kennedy Show. Kennedy, thank you for coming back as our MC, and thank you for being a dear friend of PYD.
That is a great lineup, Jay. I can't wait to get started. And don't forget our after party with our amazing talent and ATT performances and scenes you won't want to miss. It will be so fun. Join us. First, I want to explain to you what PYD is all about. We began in 1985 when I was working with court systems, connecting them to mentors. Many of the youth had disabilities and were also seeking mentors. But at that time, they were denied through various youth serving programs, but I was able to find mentors for them, for the youth, and the parents were ecstatic. The mentors were ecstatic to have the positive influence on the lives of these young people. And I realized that a huge void was missing in this area, and voila, PYD was born. We've come so far since those early days of mentoring, and now also we offer career readiness, access to theater, the Youth Leadership Forum for hundreds of youth over the years. We've offered inclusion training to 1,300 individuals a year. Our vision empowers youth with disabilities to reach their full potential by transformative mentoring, youth development opportunities, inclusion expertise. We motivate the youth to reach their full potential educational and career goals and guide organizations to become more inclusive. It's been a tremendous reward to see 30 years later, to see such wonderful inclusion occurring within our community.
Wow, PYD has made incredible progress, Regina, and I'm proud to be part of this great organization. That leads us to why we are here tonight. For the past 15 years, Party for PYD has been dedicated to raising program funds and increasing awareness of mentoring and inclusion. It's the largest fundraiser of the year, and while coronavirus is keeping us physically apart, our youth need your support more than ever.
That's right, Jay. All of our programs are still running 100% virtually and doing very well. Our youth depend on the connections they are experiencing with mentors, staff, and other online programming. Your support will keep these programs strong and reach even more youth.
And this year, we've made it easier for you to give. You can click on the donate button just above this video, or you can text P4 PYD 2020 to 76278 at any time during or after the program. Another new feature this year is monthly giving. We realize this may be a financially challenging time, but if you still want to help, there is a way. Monthly donations can help spread out your gift. All gifts are important to us and for the children we serve. Thank you for caring and supporting PYD's efforts. You make this possible.
Yes, we are truly grateful. And don't miss our online auction. It's now open and will run through Monday at 7 p.m. We have some fabulous items, and we will tell you about that more during the program. Just click on the View Items button at the top of the page. And before we begin, we want to thank our incredible sponsors for all of their support. We are honored to partner with Liberty Mutual, Andrew and Margaret Cavell, TJX Companies, EY, PWC, Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital, Mark and Jill Roca, Steve and Donna Mastrocola. Thank you.
Thank you, CVS Health, Mass General Hospital, Neil Leonard and Henry Goodrow, Greg Torres, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts, Tufts Health Plan, the Boston Foundation, Mike Geiser, and Regina Snowden. And now sit back, relax, and enjoy a special video message from Mayor Marty Walsh and Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley.
Hello, this is Boston Mayor Marty Walsh, and I want to thank Partners for Youth with Disabilities for 35 years of service to the Boston area. This organization does outstanding work. They empower young people to build confidence and grow as individuals. They provide mentorship and community. They promote true inclusion and equity in all workplaces, our schools, and throughout our neighborhoods. PYD changes lives and changes minds. It's hard to overstate the impact they've had over the years. Party for PYD is a celebration of those values, and it's a chance to recognize some of the people making a big difference in our communities. I want to congratulate this year's honorees, George Donahue, Gregory Walsh, Austin Lamb, TJX Companies, and the Job Lab at Spalding Rehab. I also want to thank the founder and executive director, Regina Snowden. And finally, I want to thank everyone who's supporting this incredible organization. By supporting Partners for Youth with Disabilities, you're supporting the next generation and helping to build a kinder world.
Hello, PYD family. Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley here. I'm so disappointed that we can't be together physically today, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to join you in virtual community, to take part in your celebration, acknowledging the critical work that PYD does and the tremendous accomplishments of our young people. The work you all do every day to create a world where young people with disabilities can live with dignity and pride and lead lives that are filled with purpose is so important. And what I love about PYD is that in addition to helping and supporting our young people and developing their skills and abilities, you also help to ensure that our workplaces and organizations have the resources and support that they need to embrace your participants and enable them to make their full contributions to our communities. I'm so proud to be your Congresswoman, and I'm so grateful for your partnership as we work to create a more equitable and just world. Thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce you to our President of the Board of Directors, Margaret Covell. For the past 8 years, Margaret has served as our board president and has helped design Operation Forward Motion. That is an opportunity to use some of PYD's programming to create social enterprise endeavors to be supportive of the program, as well as build out our national center and our career readiness program significantly. Thank you, Margaret, for all you've done for PYD. Then we have an amazing performance from one of our youth participants, Whelan, in our Access to Theater program. It's truly first rate, and I know you'll enjoy it.
Good evening. We are so pleased that you are joining us for our big celebration of all of the amazing things that PYD does to transform the lives of youth. I've had the honor of being the board president for a number of years, but PYD's been a vital part of my life for over 17 years. It all began when I was back in business school, steeped in the world of profit and loss. And one day I woke up and thought, I don't have really a sense of purpose in my life. I was looking to find some way to impact people's lives on a very, very personal level. So I picked up the phone book, and yes, I'm that old, and I just started thumbing through it. And I ended up finding PYD. Spontaneously picked up the phone, and lo and behold, I had the opportunity to talk with Regina, who's our esteemed leader. Long story short, I ended up spending my Friday nights at a local church that shared space with PYD, and I did whatever I could do to help. I was part of their Making Healthy Connections and Access to Theater programs. I would just help the kids get snacks with mobility to get to the restrooms. But the moment and the time and the experience that really made the difference for me and really cemented my love for the organization is I was able to help one of the youth, a young girl named Kara, so bright and funny. She did something she'd never been able to do before. She was able to act, to be a star on stage through our Access to Theater program. Through the whole program, the kids created the play, the costumes, the set, and then when the big day came, everybody was so excited, including myself, because I got the special honor of being able to be the voice for Kara as she was up on stage. It was a transformative experience for her, and it was transformative for me. And this, I hope, is just one example of how our organization changes lives, gives kids a sense of self-esteem, independence, and joy. And I hope that you have the opportunity to experience something like I did in terms of connecting with these youth. And this is a tremendous opportunity to celebrate PYD. Thanks for coming.
Okay, take on me, take on me, take me on, take on me, I'll be gone. So needless to say, I want an end, but I've been stumbling away. Slowly learning that life is okay. Say it up to me. It's better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take on me. Take me on. Take on me. Tell be good. Things that you say, all the things I've got to shine away, I'll go come for you anyway. Take on me, take on me, take me on, take on
How fabulous. We have some stunning talent in our ATT program.
That was impressive, Regina. What a great performance. And if you love music, I would like to tell you about a couple of auction items that might pique your interest. We have a drum autographed by the Beatles, a guitar autographed by the Rolling Stones, a Bruce Springsteen Asbury Park vintage photo, and more. Don't forget to check out our online auction.
What fun items. Truly one of a kind. I'd like to now introduce you to our own Austin Carr, another one of a kind. Austin has been a program participant in PYD as an intern and is active in the P for PYD Planning Committee as a member. He's also very involved in the community through engagement in disability rights organizations, radio broadcasting, and advocacy related to public speaking. Welcome, Austin.
Hey, thank you, Regina. I'm so happy to be here. PYD has meant a lot to me, and I'm so happy to be in person, but with we're meeting virtually, which is good. And I'm so happy to welcome my great friend and mentor from Miss 1041, Katie Elsie.
Hi. I'm so sad that we can't hug right now, Austin. I feel like I haven't seen you in a year.
No.
And usually at this time at the gala, I'd be giving you a big old hug. So virtual hug.
Yay!
And I'm just so grateful that you introduced me to PYD, and I'm just so grateful that I can be a part of it. So thank you for letting me be a small part of what you guys do here.
You're welcome, and thank you for everything, and I love you.
There are so many amazing people involved in PYD, all working towards empowering youth with disabilities to reach their full potential. Each year, PYD honors these people and organizations through the Legends, and for the first time this year, Innovation Award. So let's bring up Regina to introduce the first honoree, an inspiring 3-generational mentor match spanned over 2 decades that has touched not just the lives of the mentor and the mentee, but their entire families.
Thank you, Kennedy. We have some amazing honorees tonight. To begin is our 3-generational match of George Donahue, Gregory Walsh, and Austin Lamb. George has been a PYD participant for over 20 years. He has mentored a number of youth one-to-one and been a group leader for our group mentoring programs, and has stood beside PYD's efforts through decades. He has now mentored Greg Walsh since Gregory was a teenager. Gregory is now 40. When Greg was in his mid-20s, he was ready to pay it forward and became a mentor to a young Austin Lamb. Austin is now in his 20s. That match has been active for 19 years. In addition to this powerful match, the parent support around this match has been another wonderful dimension of what PYD can offer. The families of Greg and Austin have learned so much from each other and grown together, supported each other, and enjoyed tremendous social times and relationship building. So we at PYD are honoring this trio of a match and the family support that can happen within PYD. Congratulations. Now let's hear from our honorees about what their mentoring relationship means to them.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank Regina for introducing the 3-generational match of George, Donahue, Gregory, and Austin. My name is Nicole, and I'm PYD's marketing coordinator. And I'm here, and we're just going to be asking the match and their family supports a few questions.
My name is Gregory Walsh. I am 40 years old, and I joined Partners for Youth with Disabilities in 1992 when I was 13 years old.
My name is Austin. I got involved with PYD at age 6.
Hi, my name's George Donahue. I got involved with Partners in 1987.
Have Gregory start us off. If you could tell us a little bit about what your mentorship means to you.
George has been like a big brother to me. He has always watched out for me and taught me a lot. When I was asked to be a mentor, I said yes, because I wanted to help someone the way George helped me.
Our friendship is a great source of support for me. Greg has shown me that we can deal with our challenges with a little patience and a big smile.
So George, if you'd like to go next, just sharing what your mentorship means to you.
Well, mentoring is a great part of the Partners program. I have had 3 mentees over the years, and I think Gregory and I spent so much time online chatting, and we've actually gone to talk and play chess while we're listening to music. It's been a great get-togethers all the time.
So I would love it if you guys shared your favorite memories together. Gregory, if you'd like to start off.
My favorite memory with George is our trip to Disney World in 1997. It was my first time ever going on a plane, and my first time ever going to Disney. I have so many memories with Austin. We have spent a lot of time together bowling, going to casinos, going to Hooters, and many more day trips with our families.
first time we went bowling. Greg introduced me to an assistive ramp that really improved my game. My brothers are terrible at bowling, so it was easy to completely kick their butts.
So difficult to try to explain what it's like to meet with everyone, but I have so many memories that it could fill volumes of time talking about all the things we've done.
We have loved PYD and Gregory being involved for all these years. And he has been involved with George right from the beginning. And then when Greg's about 21, we met Austin, and it's just been a wonderful experience for Gregory and our entire family.
By far, the biggest impact that PYD has had on our family is we have created a lifelong friendship with the Walsh family. Janice has been my network for many years, since she's already raised a young adult that has similar challenges to Austin. And I've always looked up to her, as a mentor as well.
I appreciate that Pam feels like that I also was her mentor, but I think she also was mine as well. I have learned a lot from Pam and from the Lamb family. But I didn't think I taught you anything, Pam, but thank you.
Thank you.
And we love each other. Thank you.
Go PYD.
Go PYD.
Go PYD.
Go PYD, and thank you, Regina.
Go PYD. Thank you, PYD.
What an amazing story. The relationship between George, Gregory, and Austin is life-changing for them. I've been involved with PYD for like 4-5 years, and I realized that youth with disabilities are underserved and an underemployed population. The isolation that we are all feeling right now is temporary, but for youth with disabilities, it is a full-time reality. For 35 years, PYD has been at the forefront of changing that reality. As we just saw, their mentoring program provides much needed social and community interaction. I want to read an excerpt from a letter that Gregory Walsh, who's been part of PYD since 1992, wrote. George was my first mentor and my only mentor. George was my friend as well as my mentor. George always kept an eye on me to make sure everyone knew that I knew what was going on. He could always read my yeses and nos. My friendships with George and Austin have really expanded my horizons. For the past 3 decades, PYD has connected hundreds of youth with disabilities to mentors. Hundreds of lives have changed for the better, and all of you are part of that change. So I'm asking you to donate. You know that's why I'm here. You can any amount, but bid generously on the auction items to continue to empower youth. I know Partners for Youth with Disabilities has a bright future ahead with all of your care and support for PYD programs. Your gift to PYD is an investment in the future, an investment in employment, an investment in community, an investment in a youth. It costs $2,000 to match 2 caring adults, mentors, and young mentees with a disability. Provide comprehensive mentor trainings and programming for a year. Can you make those matches happen and relationships grow? I'll wait. It has never been easier to give a gift. Just click on one of the donate buttons on the web page just above this, or text P4 PYD 2020 to 76278. That's P4 PYD 2020 to 76278. Your support tonight helps PYD serve our youth and educate organizations and businesses on becoming more inclusive to youth with disabilities. Yes, PYD is a leader in inclusion trainings. Don't you agree that more inclusive workplaces and communities lead to better opportunities for all? Just maybe you do, so maybe you're feeling like giving me $1,000. For $1,000, you can help enroll 2 organizations into PYD Learn, the inclusion training and support platform that empowers organizations to engage more youth with disabilities in their programming. So $1,000 to get those companies educated. That's amazing, and you should do it. Nearly 500 youth were enrolled in PYD's Career Readiness Program last year. They developed resumes, cover letters, and interview skills to compete for jobs with more confidence and ability. So your $500 gift will support 4 youth on a career path and a more independent life. $500, you're going to give a kid a new life. I mean, that's remarkable. So let's do it. Finally, please give what you can. All donations will go far and they are appreciated. And don't forget about the new monthly giving program where your impact continues throughout the year. Thank you for all of your extraordinary generosity. You can keep giving even if you already did it once. You know what they say, give early, give often. And as you can see, PYD's programs are life-changing, whether it is a young person embarking on their career after our career readiness programs, a mentee expanding their social and community ties, or professionals and organizations creating a more inclusive workplace. Your support is changing the landscape of disability inclusion. Thank you again to you, our wonderful donors.
Kennedy, thank you for your enthusiasm. I'm so proud of our mentor program and indeed all that PYD has accomplished, but we couldn't do it without our community partners, including our second Legends honoree TJX companies. TJX has been our partner for many years, supporting our career readiness program. TJX is a very engaged community partners with many organizations and entities seeing that employment for persons with disabilities is an active policy for their hiring practices. TJX sent us these words in appreciation of their award.
All of us at TJX are incredibly honored to be named the recipient of the PYD 2020 Legends Award. For us, delivering real value means so many things, including cultivating a welcoming workplace and inclusive culture, and being a valued neighbor in our communities by helping people access the resources and opportunities they need to build a better future. In order to deliver on these important aspects of corporate responsibility, which have been part of TJX's DNA throughout its history, we are committed to hiring locally from the communities we serve. To assist in our recruitment efforts, we collaborate with many community-based organizations that empower people with disabilities and help them become an integral part of their workforce, including PYD. We are very proud of our partnership with PYD, our store associates, and all the program participants. PYD helps us create opportunities for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities by working closely with our teams to help program participants find roles in our stores that match the job seekers' interests and talents. And we've been excited to hire participants to perform in a variety of functions. We look forward to working with PYD as we continue to develop community outreach strategies to support those who need an opportunity and to help us foster a workforce that includes individuals of all abilities. Thank you. The TJX Global Talent Acquisition Team.
Hi, PYD supporters. Janelle Thomas here, Director of National Initiatives. I'm so pleased to be with you this evening to tell you about an outstanding philanthropic company, TJX Companies. For many years, TJX has supported PYD's Career Readiness Program, our National Center, and our Party for PYD. This means that many more youth and young adults with disabilities around our nation are served because of their generosity. One of the most impressive things I think about TJX's support of PYD is at the beginning of our national growth strategy, they supported us and they were a founding financial supporter of our national growth strategy. We're so pleased to honor TJX Companies tonight. Thank you, TJX.
This year we announced the honoree of our inaugural first ever Innovation Award, Job Lab of Spalding at Cambridge. Job Lab is an interactive training space intended to break down the barriers for employment for youth with disabilities. At Job Lab, youth get the training and skills needed for workplace success and then connected to companies for employment opportunities. Osman Dahar, a decades-long participant in PYD's program, is the innovator of Job Labs. Inspired by his work at Spalding Rehabilitation, he wanted to ensure that people with disabilities had an opportunity to be engaged in job readiness. Job Lab is the first of its kind collaboration across multiple industries, including private employers, public agencies, and community-based organizations who are working together toward the common goal of competitive employment for people with disabilities in partnership with CVS Health, the Massachusetts Rehabilitation Commission, Mass Hire, Jewish Vocational Services, and PYD, all of whom we are recognizing with this award. Job Labs is a model to be replicated by any rehabilitation hospital nationally. Job Lab, thank you.
Hello friends, my name is Osman Dahar, and boy do I miss you. Hope you're doing well and taking care of yourselves. I'm so excited that PYD is recognizing the collaboration that created Job Lab. As you may know, Job Lab is an innovative training space focused on providing training and access to employment for people of all abilities. Our collaboration with PYD is so important as it focuses on preparing youth to transition to work. Through this partnership, we're able to leverage talent and resources. We like to say that Job Lab is a place that works. And together we are putting youth to work. I want to thank PYD's team and board as they, like us, believe in the possibilities. And to participants, thank you for teaching us that nothing is impossible if you do your very best. Now let me turn it over to my pal and Workforce Development Director, Colleen Moran.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Colleen Moran and have the pleasure of telling you about Job Lab. Job Lab is a flexible learning suite located within Spalding Hospital, Cambridge. Our partners are organizations who lead employment training programs but lack physical space in their own sites. Spalding supplies the space and tools. Our partners develop content and recruit participants from their established channels. We have a computer lab with a projected instructor's screen so that the students can follow along. We have an office set up for small group or individual meetings, for mock interviews, for coaching sessions, or anything similar. We have a model CVS Health store on site for retail training, including customer service, point of sale device operation, and inventory management. Trainings have included career readiness and food services, which included real-time work in Spalding's kitchen. We are grateful for our partners who share our vision. Partners for Youth with Disabilities, our first partner to hold a training on site, and with many more that have followed. For CVS Health, for Jewish Vocational Service, for the Massachusetts Rehabilitation Commission, and for Mass Hire. Thank you, Partners for Youth with Disabilities, for recognizing Spalding Rehabilitation Network and Job Lab with this incredible honor.
What an incredible group of honorees. Congratulations to all, and thank you for your contributions to PYD. This year's Party for PYD includes over 70 amazing auction items, including terrific travel experiences. Now, we realize you might not want to travel right now, but these experiences are good for 2 years. So, get your sea legs on and climb aboard America's Cup yacht for an exclusive yachting experience in Newport, Rhode Island. I don't know if you've ever been on a yacht. I know I've never been on a yacht. You could relive the sound of music at the Trapp Family Lodge in Stowe, Vermont for skiing, hiking, mountain biking, or relaxing at the lodge. I was Liesel in our school's production of Sound of Music, just FYI. Cheer on your favorite dog breed at the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show in Madison Square Garden in New York City with tickets to 2 full days at the show. You can practice your swing at the Arnold Palmer Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida. You can get your wine on in Sonoma, California, where you will enjoy 2 unique winery tours or tastings and a bottle of wine in your room upon arrival because you're fancy like that. Or you can blast off to Florida's Space Coast in Cocoa Beach with 2 days admission to the Kennedy Space Center, lunch with an astronaut. Just going to stop right there. Lunch with an astronaut. I believe of all of these things, this is the one thing that you could be around your friends. Oh, you haven't had lunch with an astronaut? Weird. I totally have. You'll get admission to Cosmic Quest, and there's some incredible experiences like a Zoom session with former NBA Chicago Bull player Trent Tucker, a Jimmy Kimmel live green room experience, and check out the signed sports memorabilia from Jaylen Brown, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Big Papi, David Ortiz, Derek Lowe, Eduardo Rodriguez, Bobby Orr, Gronk, Peyton Manning, and Mike Tyson. Plus gorgeous jewelry and accessories and lots of great local gift cards and items. So to bid, click on the View Auction Items at the top of this page. That's the View Auction Items at the top of this page. And the auction ends on June 22nd at 7 p.m. So I'm going to need you to get those bids in early, and I'm going to need you to get those bids in often. Now, back to Regina and Jay and PYD's impact on participants and families.
Those are some terrific items. While PYD is for youth with disabilities, it often impacts the entire family. Parents often see their child thrive with increased social opportunities, confidence, and a sense of connection to the community. Jamie Ames and his daughter Olivia have been part of PYD for 5 years, and they describe the impact it has had on them.
And then we have another youth performance from our ATT program. Min will be performing a song for us.
Hi, my name is Olivia Ames. I am the daughter of Mr. Ames, and PYD has meant so much to me, and my dad will tell you more.
Olivia was born with a syndrome when she was very young called Sjogren-Larsen syndrome. Her legs don't work as well as our legs work. And so she has spent the majority of her life going through surgeries, being in a wheelchair, and having to use canes. And years ago we found PYD. And why don't you tell us why PYD has meant so much to you.
PYD has meant so much to me because it has kids with disabilities like me. In high school, I was the only one who used a wheelchair or the only one who used canes.
So imagine how you would feel if you were the only one. You know, it's a very humbling situation. And so this organization has worked very aggressively to raise money. Right now they are doing virtual work with the kids. They have summer programs. These people have friends. It's funny that when kids with disabilities are young, everyone thinks they're very cute. But unfortunately, as some of these young kids get older, they almost become invisible. And so this is letting us all realize that we all have something to offer. Anything that you can contribute would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye-bye.
God help us make life a little better, and that's when I young Lucifer became my little brother. Was born with an innocent soul, but the struggle still here, and we're dirty on the charcoal. But then again, we still stick together. I'm proud to be her son and be his older brother. But either way, the drama still continues. Moving place to place to be safe. What else can we do? So many things I can't do it by myself. So I used to book rhymes to release my doubt and my childhood. My life goes on, every step I take, my future will come in my childhood. I'ma try to survive when I'm walking the streets, only God knows why in my childhood. I made it this far, but my story goes on, gotta reach for the stars in my childhood. In my childhood, chapter 2. I remember the times when I played a superhero, protect my little brother from a bunch of super zero. Punch him in the nose, let him punch you in your misery. Turn the next page, I was back in elementary. Trapped in this office just to be the principal. Acting like a boss, thinking I'm so invincible. Why should I take the blame? What about the others? If someone's coming in this room, and it's my mother. Get slapped in the face by the rat of her hand. She grabbed a plastic coat and aimed for the lifespan. And that's not all, the punishment we hate is kneeling on the floor and keeping our arms straight. 3 minutes later, we think we'll learn our lesson without question. No second guessing, but so many things I can't do it by myself. So I used to book rhymes to release my doubt. In my childhood, my life goes on every step I take. My future will come in my childhood. I'ma try to survive when I walk in the streets. Only God knows why in my childhood. We made it this far, but my story goes on. Gotta reach for the stars in my childhood. And in my childhood. 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 In my childhood.
Wow, another stellar ATT performance. ATT is just one of the transformative programs we offer at PYD. It provides a creative outlet for youth with disabilities to express themselves through the arts. Mentoring was our first program and is still going strong and is life-changing for both the mentor and the mentee. They form the bonds of compassion, understanding, and friendship. Our career readiness program provides youth the skills needed to be successful in the workplace and opportunities for job tours and hands-on internships through the committed community partners. PYD is also host to the Massachusetts contingent of the Youth Leadership Forum with collaborators each June empowering youth to lead and advocate for themselves. Let's take a closer look at the impact of each program on the youth.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Alperin, and I am the Career Readiness Program Director at PYD. This year has been very exciting, delivering our Career Readiness Program in the Boston Public Schools and community locations in the greater Boston area, as well as training our teacher partners. We then seamlessly transitioned all of our workshops and classes online, continuing to provide high-quality services. We continue to prepare youth for employment, covering topics such as resumes, interview skills, self-advocacy, disability disclosure, entrepreneurship, and much more. On behalf of the Career Readiness team and our students, I want to thank you for your support preparing youth with disabilities for future employment.
Hello and welcome to Career Immersion. So this is a one-to-one meeting that Simone and I have every week where we work on job readiness skills, and we really build her portfolio so that we can find some work opportunities. So Simone's here to share what that's like for her. Go ahead, Simone.
Hey, I'm Simone. Emma and I meet every week so that we can practice finding a job. We finished a resume and a cover letter. I practiced interviews. We talked about disclosure and advocating for yourself. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Good evening, PYD community. I'm Kristen, PYD's mentoring director, and I wanted to thank you for ensuring that youth with disabilities have access to caring adult mentors who are role models and friends. Throughout the year, our mentors have supported mentees in the areas of self-esteem, healthy relationships, independent living, community involvement, and education. We have successfully transitioned all of our programs online. Our matches are staying connected through regularly playing online games together, doing virtual workouts, doing mock interviews through Zoom, and discussing how they can be agents for community change. So thank you again for your support in ensuring these transformative mentoring relationships.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Deep Chinappa, and I'm the Artistic Director of the Access to Theatre program. I hope you're all doing well and safe during this entire crisis. Access to Theatre has been around for 27 years, and this spring, we have been able to transition the program virtually. The youth are enthusiastic and excited to participate in the spring acting and improv meetings in spite of all the technical challenges we face. The community has made the effort to join together on a weekly basis. We meet twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. There's been a lot of strong staff support to continue the online meetings. There's been a lot of smiles between the participants, enthusiasm, and active participation. They can't wait to meet each other in person. I'm grateful that PYD has been able to provide a positive platform and able to continue this program for the entire year of 2020. Thank you all.
Good evening, PYD family. I'm Janelle Thomas, Director of National Initiatives, and tonight I'm here to talk to you about what we're doing around the country to make sure that youth and young adults with disabilities are well supported and engaged in the communities in which they live. Because of this focus, we have launched an online national mentoring program. We have served over 1,200 professionals around disability inclusion competencies using our PYD Learn online learning platform. We're getting ready to launch our Train the Teacher program for career readiness across the nation, and we're very proud to be the home of the National Disability Mentoring Coalition. Thank you for your support in making all of this possible.
PYD is providing great programming for youth, and it's all possible because of your generosity. Thank you to everyone who has donated. You're making a difference for youth with disabilities.
If you haven't had a chance to donate, there's still time. Click on one of the buttons on the webpage just above the video or text P for PYD 2020 to 76278. You can provide a monthly donation. Thank you.
It's been an inspiring evening. So many wonderful collaborations, partnerships, and relationships built through PYD.
Yes, we have to give another big thank you to our party for PYD partners, Liberty Mutual, Andrew and Margaret Koval, TJX Companies, EY, PwC, Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital, Mark and Jill Roca, and Steve and Donna Mastrocola.
And thank you again, CVS Health, Mass General Hospital, Neil Leonard and Henry Goodrow, Greg Torres, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts, HAPS Health Plan, the Boston Foundation, Mike Geiser, and Regina Snowden.
Thank you to our incredible honorees, George Donahue, Gregory Walsh, and Austin Lamb and their families, and to the Party for PYD Planning Committee, Board of Directors, to Anna Dumas, the director of this wonderful event tonight, and to our incredible PYD volunteers and staff and everyone who helped make this event a success. And especially thank you to you. We are thrilled you joined us and are so grateful for your support.
Yes, thank you. And be sure to check out our online auction, open until Monday at 7 p.m. We have some amazing items to bid on. And remember, just click on the View Items button at the top of this page. Thank you all.
Be sure to join us immediately following with our ATT party. Spectacular performances await. Nothing to do but sit back and enjoy. But first, have a look at some of the amazing work of our own legend, honoree George Donahue. Select paintings by George are available in our auction. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Hi. So what have you been doing during the pandemic? Me? I've been painting. Let's have a look. So what have you been doing?
conquer so much, but together we can conquer anything. I think that's why we've seen us come together and rise above. Listen, check this verse. I'm just baffled. Watching the news, my head becomes out of it. It's like we've started another battle, or have we started a cattle? And by that I mean the men and the children of another country. Yet somehow that seems hard to believe. And yes, I know it seems crazy, but one day I want to be like Jay-Z. Rather than someone that's sitting around lazy. And I know nothing comes that easy. I just wish life was breezy, and one day I'll be known as a real OG. And when I'm out and around, it seems like everyone is so nosy about what's going on the journey. Just take your time, there's no need to hurry. Help me stand strong, there's no need to worry, because I have the power within. And that's what I call a win.
Lyrics?
Yeah.
So I'm going to count us back in, and then when I do this, we're going to stop. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go!
If you open your mind for me, open mind, open eyes to see. Walls you built within, living twice at once, you learn. You're safe from pain in the dream you made. The soul set free to fly. Round trip journey in your head. You realize your dreams alive. You can be the guide, but I will be watching over you. And gonna help you see it through. We'll protect you in the night. I'm smiling next to you. Imagine no possessions. Wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people living for sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Thank you. Ready, Jeffrey? All right.
Thank you for attending Party for PYD 2020 and for your continued support of PYD. Our auction is live until Monday at 7 p.m. on GiveSmart. The link to get there is listed on the screen, e.givesmart.com/events/HIK, and you can donate at any time through GiveSmart or by texting P for PYD 2020 to 76278. Thank you for all your support, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.